Well, two Seattle public schools will soon offer gender-altering procedures, and parental rights advocacy group Parents Defending Education weighing in next in our next hour of National Report. A live look now in Seattle, Washington, the iconic Space Needle right there, courtesy of EarthCam. Bring you there because two public schools in the state will soon offer gender transition services. This according to documents obtained by parental rights advocacy group Parents Defending Education.
Mailyn Salabarria is the Director of Community Engagement with Parents Defending Education, and Sarah Holmes is a Seattle public school parent. Mailyn, your group obtained documents which show two Seattle school-based health centers plan to offer gender-altering services to students as young as 11. What else did you find?
Yes, we conducted an investigation and found these terrifying services being advertised online to parents and families in the community, where they have these on-site healthcare clinic services in a middle school and a high school in Seattle school district, which is frankly terrifying news for parents in the community inside and outside the district, because we're talking about a community and a school district that already has parental exclusion policies in place. So this basically means that these students as young as 13 years old might be receiving these treatments, and their parents might be not having any idea what's going on because they're being kept in the dark by district policies. So it's definitely terrifying and something that is eroding parental trust in the public school system even more.
And I'll bring Sarah into this, obviously a mother there in the school system. You know, both clinics we're learning are operated by doctor community health centers, which includes in its gender altering services, and we can show you, here it is, Country Doctor Community Health Centers there. Referrals for sex change surgeries, hormone therapy for adolescents, and assistance obtaining mental health letters of support for gender-affirming procedures. This is what it states in the letter there, verbatim. As a parent, Sarah, your thoughts, and should this be allowed in schools, and again, to minors?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. You know, parents are the primary stakeholders in their child's upbringing, which includes their education. You know, the state has no business forcing themselves into, between parents and their children. You know, this is a huge violation of parental rights, the manipulation, the secrecy, all these toxic ideologies are being injected into our kids. And, I gotta be honest, it's downright evil.
Mailyn, so if you're looking at how the Seattle Public School District, what they say to their staff, their policy tells staff that these schools are instructed to hide students' gender identity from their parents. Now, this is the quote: when contacting the parents or guardians of a transgender or gender X student, and it is unclear whether the student asserts the same gender identity at home, it is best to practice to avoid using gender pronouns. What are your thoughts on this?
I think this is just another example of the current trend of assault on parental rights that we're seeing in our public education system, frankly. And it's also very counter logic when we're talking about a school district where middle school and high school students only are like half, roughly 50% proficient in math. This is a huge misuse of time in the classroom and taxpayers' money, when the primary role of the school system should be preparing these students academically for their future in society and in the workforce in general. Again, it's assaulting parental right because, tapping into what Sarah says, it is creating a disconnect in this right and responsibility that parents and families have into directing the upbringing and education of their children. It is outrageous, it is very scary for families, and it needs to stop.
All right, and just for, again, to get all sides here, Sarah, we'll end on you here. There was a statement put out, Seattle Public Schools, saying, quote, access to these services enables the early intervention, prevention, and treatment of health-related barriers to learning with the goal of promoting school attendance and improved academic performance, unquote. Sarah, as a school parent there, you're in that public school system, your final thoughts on this?
I think it really comes down to school is meant to be the basic foundation of knowledge, reading, writing, math, science, and history. It is not meant to be a counseling session, especially by those who are not certified in the mental health field at all. This is just a huge misuse of, a gross misuse of funds and resources. And it comes down to parental rights. Parents have the final say. These are our children.
All right, and again, that is in the Seattle Public School District there, those policies being implemented. Mailyn Salabarria, thank you so much. Sarah Holmes, thank you as well.